Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. All right, we good. All right, so before I get to going, before I look at the match card, I just want to run down my new way of going about Universe. And I'm gonna repeat this for every show up until next week's NXT, just so it's on every single video that I do for each show: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and WCW. So basically, what I'm doing is for each brand, I chose a superstar for each division to play as. Any other match, I let the CPU control, unless it's like, unless I'm trying to get some. Hold on, let me mute this phone. So unless I'm like doing a storyline, I'm trying to get a superstar over, then I'll manually just pick a winner. But any other match that doesn't involve the superstars that I chose, I'll let the CPU handle it. So for Raw, I will be MJF, Kane, the Lucha Brothers, and Javon Evans. Remember, I'm choosing from each division. So the World Championship division, mid card, tag team, and then I guess you can call it the lower tier championship or alternative championship. For NXT, I'm Chad Gable, Matt Cardona, Tony Storm, and Beer Money. For WCW, I'm Stephanie Valkyr, Lyra Valkyria, Tay J, which is Ty Mello and Anna J, Kaylani Jordan, and Jasmine Nix. And then finally for SmackDown, I'm Kevin Owens, Trick Williams, Death Riders, and Mason Rook. Now let's get on to this card. Kicking off the show, we got Kevin Knight and Andrade El Idolo going up against Robert Roode and James Storm. Beer Money. Then after that, we have Chris Statlander versus Tori Wilson versus Tony Storm in a triple threat match. Naraku makes his NXT return going up against Miles Bourne. Baron Corbin versus Chad Gable. Both of these men making their Universe Mode debut. And in our main event, we have Killer Cross putting his North American Championship on the line against NXT's newest signee, Matt Cardona. For the last few weeks, it has been noted that Cardona had signed with the WWE. They wasn't sure when he was going to show up, but they knew he had already put pen to paper. Killer Cross, Karrion Cross, said it was only fair to give Matt Cardona this championship match on his return tonight because he never truly lost the championship in the last universe. So let's get on with the show, man. Welcome to the underground. The weak don't survive. Mm-mm-mm.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 200 pounds, Kevin Knight.
Here comes the first half of Jet Speed. Kevin Knight, him and Andrade are looking to take over this division, this tag team division here on NXT. We're going to see if they have any success moving forward. Kevin Knight is a hell of an athlete. So is Andrade. How you know?
And his partner
That is
from
Andrade's
Mexico,
catchphrase.
weighing in at 230 pounds, Andre.
Once again, you can see NXT has underwent a stage change. This one a little bit cleaner, a little bit sleeker than the last one. We're about to see some good old tag team wrestling, I'm telling you. Sorry about your damn luck. One thing I need to do for each team in my universe is create a tag team entrance for them all. 'Cause that's one thing I don't got. And here comes one half of Beer Money, Robert Roode, as he's making his way down to the ring.
And their opponents, first, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Robert Roode.
Hey, shout out to these call creators, man, because they be making these dudes look like in-game superstars for real. Like, the face look real as hell. I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on the entrances unless it's a special match. And here comes the other half of Beer Money, James Storm.
And his partner from Tennessee, weighing in at 230 pounds, James Storm.
All right, let's get it. Robert Roode and Kevin Knight will be kicking things off for us tonight. I forgot to take over the match. Hold on. Kevin Knight instantly makes the tag time draw there. Look at that DDT from Kevin Knight. Both of these men getting the best of Bobby Roode right now. Now he's looking to submit. Roode gets up out of it. Andrade able to make the tag. Shot to the midsection. I think that's what Roode wanted. I think he wanted Kevin Knight in this match. Now he tosses him to this corner. James Storm gets payback for his tag team partner. Look at Roode as he showboats the crowd. One thing Robert Roode likes to do is play with the crowd whenever they start booing and whenever they start showing their feelings. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. He better stay focused on this match. Andrade and Kevin Knight are not two stars you want to overlook here. And Roode makes the tag. Storm and Storm takes over. And for that Boston crab. And Kevin Knight with a clothesline. out of the ring. And now he's about to go make the tags on Andrade. Smart move by Kevin Knight. Keep yourself fresh in this match. And James Storm enters the ring. And he couldn't keep his focus on Andrade. He instantly switched his attention back to Kevin Knight. Both of these men seem like they're in the head of beer money starting off. And what a drop kick. And James Storm, look at him doing the same, taunting the crowd. Allowing Kevin Knight some time to breathe a little bit. Fake like he was about to jump over those ropes. And now he taunts Andrade, telling him to get into the ring. Knight landing right on his neck. Oh my God, Kevin Knight catches him for a powerbomb. And James Storm gets him with a possum pin. Makes the tag to Robert Roode. Kevin Knight tags in Andrade. Andrade missed all of that. Kind of miscalculated on that one. And what a clothesline from Robert Roode. Kick out by Andrade. Andrade steady trying to get Kevin Knight into this match and reverses into a suplex. And now he's trying to make the tag to Storm. Andrade not going to allow it. Roode kicks out. What is Robert Roode going for? And he miscalculated. Andrade and Kevin Knight are kind of off with their dives here tonight. Coming up next, we have the triple threat match with Toni Storm, Chris Statlander, and Tori Wilson. Andrade trying to deal as much damage to Kevin Knight as he can. I was stunned and tags in James Storm now. Oh my God. A stomp to the leg of Knight. Knight kicks out. Thought they had him right there. I think they had him too. And what is this? Storm going back to that leg. Kevin Knight instantly gets out of it. He knew he couldn't stay in there that long. Storm chases him outside the ring. Oh, Kevin Knight tosses him into that barricade. Needs to get him back into the ring. And toss him into the ring post instead. Storm is hurt. Storm kicks out. Both of those men thought of the same thing. They both thought of the same thing. Got his number again. Both of these men studied each other. You can tell. I think Storm is caught on to him. Knight is caught on to Storm. What a beautiful match this is right now. And oh my God, a super kick from Knight. Went for a clothesline. Couldn't connect. And oh, he hits it now. He gets the clothesline. And now Storm with a possum pin. Knight kicks out. Catches him as he goes for another drop kick. Gets him to his feet. And now Storm drops Knight on his head. Tosses him to that corner. And Storm is not letting Knight toss him to that corner. He is not trying to get Andrade into this match. And Knight is going to make the tag anyway. Storm couldn't control it no matter what. Couldn't make the tag in time. That's one thing about these tag matches. You have to keep your momentum going, but at the same time, you gotta let your partner get some time. And that's exactly what he does. And Andrade went for that elbow. Rule gets out of the way. What a move from Andrade. And a spine buster. Spine buster from Robert Roode. And now he tags in Storm. Storm is the legal man. And Storm went for that super kick that he always goes for. Andrade had enough to reverse that, and now he goes for a big boot of his own. Goes for the cover. One. Storm kicks out. Storm. And Andrade able to get out. And a super kick. Super kick. Super kick from Storm. And now, tags in Rude. Rude goes for the cover. I don't think he should have done that. Yeah, he should have hit him with his finisher. And I think that's exactly what he's going to go for now. Rude is going for that glorious DDT, but Andrade gets out of it. Drops Rude right on his head. Oh my goodness. Head bouncing off the mat. Last time he tried this, he miscalculated. Will he hit now? He would have if Rude didn't get out of the way. He's seen it coming. These two teams are putting on a great match with each other right now. Oh, Andrade. Rude knows he can't let him make a tag right now. And Andrade knows he can't let Rude make a tag. He's going for it again. He didn't even go for a tag that time. Rude smart enough to get out of the way. Rude got Andrade right where he wants him. And the glorious DDT. It may be over. 1, 2, 3. Beer Money gets the win over Jet Speed here tonight. What a match from all competitors. At the end, it was Beer Money who wanted it more. You can see it right here. This is where it all ended. Glorious DDT. And Beer Money walks out victorious.
Here are your winners, James Storm and Robert Roode.
Coming up next, our women are in action. Toni Storm, Tori Wilson, and Chris Statlander in a triple threat match.
The following
Here
is
comes
a
Chris
triple
Statlander. She's kind of fallen off the radar since leaving WCW, but now she's here in NXT. She says she wants to make a name for herself again. No better place to do it than here, where the stars play. So much more. Don't treat me like a woman. Don't treat me like a man. And here comes Tori Wilson,
and her opponents. First, from Boise,
one of our hottest up-and-coming prospects here on NXT, literally and figuratively. She's improved her skill in the ring. She's improved her promo. And just listen to the theme song. She knows she's got it. Tori Wilson says she's here to prove to everyone that she's more than just a pretty face. Here comes Tony Storm.
And Tony Storm.
Tony had a lot of success in WCW. Don't get it confused. She just wasn't ever seeing eye to eye with management, Stephanie McMahon. So she made it her duty to get up out of there. She couldn't be there with them no more. I keep forgetting the press takeover match. And clothesline from Storm. A barrage of strikes from Tori Wilson. Tony dropped Tori right on her head. That doesn't stop Chris Statlander from sticking to her script. Look at the strength of Tori. Chris Statlander went outside the ring to get a sledgehammer. And Tori Wilson gets hit right in the midsection. Maybe over with. Tori showing heart. I think that was the old Tori. From her old days, starting off wrestling. She would have been pinned right there. And Tori bringing a bet in, and Tony instantly uppercuts her. Tony with that bat in hand, and smacks Chris Statlander across the head with the bat. And now putting her in a submission with it. Luther's press by Tony Storm. Switches her attention back to Statlander. Now Tori and Statlander with the double team of Storm. Out of all these ladies, Toni Storm is the most accomplished, even though she hasn't accomplished anything here on NXT yet. But in every promotion she's been in, she's had success. And she's told Geneva Rose to be careful because she's coming after that women's championship. And now Tori Wilson going up top. What is she going to do? Tori with a flying clothesline, and Chris Statlander catches her midair and slams her. Tony drops Chris right on her neck. Switches her attention back to Tori. Nice little combo on Tori. Oh, Tori looks to be bleeding. And Toni Storm with a shot to the face of Tori Will, and Chris Statlander leg drop on that rope. Tori Wilson back to her feet, and look at the blood. See Toni getting back to her feet, and Tori dropping Chris Statlander on the mat. And Toni Storm. Oh my God. Power driver to Tori Wilson. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Chris Statlander gets in the ring just in time. Tony grabs that chair again. Chris Statlander is not letting Tony Storm hit her with that steel chair. Tony Storm goes up top. Don't know what Statlander was trying to go for there. Tony Storm taking Chris Statlander to Suplex City. Now she picks up that sledgehammer, switches her attention back to Statlander. Went to go hit her with that sledge, but Chris reversed. Another Luthez press. And Tori, look at the move from Tori. Tori trying to keep her hopes alive in this match. And Tony Storm might have just got it up just in time to save this match for herself. Clothesline from Storm. And Tori drops her right on the back of her head. Uppercut from Storm. And now Chris Statlander going to work with that kendo. Storm gets out of the way of that one. And now Storm got the kendo stick. And Tony Storm is not somebody you want to go back and forth with when it comes to these weapons. And Tori kind of just saves Storm there in a way. And oh my God! A headbutt from Storm. Headbutt from Storm. And now Storm grabs Tori. Oh my God. Drops Tori right on her head. Tosses Chris Statlander out the ring. And now Tori getting back to her feet. Swing a neck breaker from Tori. Tony Storm plan was almost perfect, and look at, she just lost her footing, fell down to the ground, and Tori is showing all the fight that she has left. Tony is not gonna let her hit her with that sledgehammer. Hangs Tony up against that rope, and Chris Statlander gets in with the kendo stick, and now her and Tori goes at it once more, one-on-one in that ring. And now Tori going for a cover. Chris Statlander kicks out. Boy, was that close. And Tony Storm is waiting. She's calculating her. She's going to get in this ring. And Tori rolling out of the ring. Tony Storm got Chris Statlander right where she wants her. Now Chris. Defense from Toni Storm this match is amazing. She's not letting these ladies get anything. And another headbutt. Another headbutt. But Tori gets her with that sledgehammer. Toni kicks out. Toni kicks out. These women are putting on a hell of a match. Looks like Tori was going for a finisher. Now Chris Statlander was going for hers. Toni knows she got Tori right where she wants her. Another headbutt. Another headbutt. And now Toni. Oh my God. The defense from these women is insane tonight. Clothesline. Clothesline. And now gets her back to her feet. Switches her attention to Statlander. She wants Statlander to get in this ring with that sledgehammer in her hands. And Statlander is foolish enough to do so. She gets knocked down. And now Storm calling for Wilson to get up. Bro, she keep reversing my finisher. Like, what is her reversal on? And oh my God. The offense from Tori here. Toni Storm kicks out at one. She doesn't even give her hope. What a fight. What a fight. And Toni Storm grabs that sledgehammer once more. And now she's going to work with that sledgehammer. Tori with a DDT to Statlander. And now Toni. She couldn't stop her from making the cover. Drops Tori on her head. She knows she has to get Statlander out this ring. And now Statlander tosses Toni out the ring. And Statlander goes for the... I thought she was going for the cover. Instead, she gets Tori Wilson up. Drags her to that corner. Oh, I think I know what she wants. I think I know what Chris Statlander wants here. Goes for that Spanish fly. And now Storm went for a drop kick but didn't connect. Didn't connect whatsoever. But hits Chris Statlander with a running bulldog. And now switches her attention back to Tori Wilson. Bro, why does she keep reversing my fucking finisher? This is ridiculous. She done reversed like 3 or 4 of my finishers. Legit. Clothesline from Storm. And now, Chris Statlander goes to work. And now she tosses Storm to the corner. What is she going for here? Statlander going up top. 450 splash. 1, 2. Tori Wilson breaks it up just in time. Statlander getting desperate. These women are just giving it all they got tonight. I don't think nobody expected this. Nobody expected this banger that these women are putting on. And that's not to say anything about their talent, because we know how talented they are. But nobody was expecting this. Now, Toni and Tori are the only ones. And this, she reversed it again, bro. I'm gonna just have to go for another finisher. I can't hit this one. Now Toni steps on the abdomen of Tori Wilson. And now Statlander. Statlander is having an excellent showing here tonight. Look at her. She goes to work on Toni Storm. Tori telling Chris Statlander to get back into the ring. Toni can't do nothing right now. She's dazed. Toni with that cannonball. And now Tori. 1, 2. Toni kicks out. She's not going to go out like that. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. What a match we are seeing here tonight. Now Statlander putting Tori Wilson down. And now Toni going after Statlander. Drops Statlander on her head. And now, instead of going for the cover, switches her attention to Tori Wilson. Toni Storm. DDT! It's gotta be over. 1, 2. Oh my God! Tori Wilson just kicked out. What the is going on? Oh my goodness. Tori Wilson just kicked out of that DDT that Toni Storm had been trying so hard to hit. And what is Statlander? And now, Statlander going for that tombstone. Toni Storm not gonna let her finish the cover. Toni is smarter than that. Wait a minute. Toni gets her revenge. She throws her out the ring. And now Toni goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh my God, Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson. I don't know what's going on with Tori. Tori Wilson is kicking out of everything. Tori Wilson is kicking out of everything, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought? And drops Toni Storm right on that sledgehammer. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh my God. Chris Statlander gets in the ring just in time. Just in time to break the count. These ladies are putting on a classic. Now Chris Statlander brings her back up to the top rope, and now Toni has that sledgehammer in her hand. You know what she's thinking. You know what she's thinking. She's going to let Chris Statlander hit that Spanish fly. And to the back of Chris Statlander. And now Toni. More German suplexes to Tori Wilson. Luthes press to Chris Statlander. And now Toni trying to hit her move on Statlander. And she hits it. DDT. It may be over. 1, 2. God, what are we seeing, bro? What is Toni Storm is in disbelief. These women are kicking out of everything that she throws at them. I don't even know how they're still in this match right now. All the blood they have lost. Just look at them. Look at the blood all across Chris Statlander's body. This is match of the night. Match of the year, maybe. And a sledgehammer versus a kendo stick. Which one do you think is going to win? Goes to work on Statlander. Tori Wilson gets out of it. Drop Storm on her head. Both of the ladies down. They've both taken a lot of damage this match. All of these women have. And Tori Wilson with that springboard elbow. Tony, these women, boy. Now Tori tosses Tony out on the apron. Tony Storm going up top now. Tori tosses Chris Statlander across the ring. Tony drops Tori on her head. Statlander smart enough to escape the ring. Now Tony goes to work with that sledgehammer. Lufthansa press to Statlander. All of these women are down courtesy of Storm. And now Storm tells Tori, it's over, bitch. Drops her on her head once more. 1, 2, 3. Toni Storm is victorious. What a match. What a match. That has to be match of the year. None of those women wanted to give up. Wow. I am amazed at what we just saw, ladies and gentlemen. Miles Bourne will be going up against Naraku. And how could these men follow up with those ladies just done? That was an amazing performance. We haven't seen Naraku in a few weeks, but he's back here tonight. I was born. Bro. Naraku goes for the roll-up pin. Oh my God, bro. It's fucking rope break. Miles Bourne trying to put on a good showing against Naraku here. He knows this is one of the talents that the managers are watching very closely. So he has to put on a good showing. Naraku goes for the cover. And Naraku wins just like that. A squash match. I don't know what just happened to Miles Bourne, but that DDT just took him out. Somebody might want to check on him. He's not moving. Welcome back, Naraku. Coming up next, we got Baron Corbin going up against Chad Gable. And look at the blood stains. It's still on the mat from the women's match. Cannot stress enough how amazing that match was. Here comes the lone wolf, Baron Corbin.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Kansas City, Kansas, weighing in at 200.
You're Chad Gable. One thing you're trying to avoid this match is getting hit with that end of days. And if you're Baron Corbin, the one thing you're trying to avoid is getting put in that ankle lock.
And his opponent representing
Did I forget to switch him to a face?
weighing in at 202 pounds.
I think I did. Fuck it, we ball. Listen to this crowd chant NXT. Chad Gable really looking to make a name for himself, trying to get his name in the NXT title conversations. Baron Corbin like he was going for a spear. Don't normally see him go for that. Corbin wants to start a fight with Gable. Gable got Corbin in a headlock. Not sure how Corbin just got busted open there. Now he's going to the top. Now Gable has been busted open as well. Gable, oh my God. Working on that arm of Baron Corbin. Now Gable goes up top. Gable with an elbow drop. Goes for the cover. Corbin kicks out easily. Well, it wasn't too easy. It took a little bit to kick out. Same move that caused Baron Corbin to bleed. Reach too soon. If you're Corbin, you got to be as technical as possible against somebody like Chad Gable. You cannot afford mistakes. Just a reminder, coming up next, we have the return / debut of Matt Cardona. Sorry, he will be going up against Killer Cross for that North American Championship. Cross decided to put the title on the line against him because technically Matt Cardona never lost his championship from the last universe. He was just let go from the company as he was champion. But now he's back, and Gable with a moonsault. Corbin kicks out again. Gable circling. Corbin trying to pander to the crowd. We talked about this earlier. Wait a minute. Corbin drops Gable on his back. Gable kicks out. More strikes to the face from Corbin. Not sure what Corbin was going for there. Now Gable wants to go back and forth for Corbin. Gable telling him, hit me harder. And Corbin, end of days. Nobody is kicked out of end of days. It's over. And Gable kicks out. Oh my God. And you know what? We were wrong. Only one person is kicked out of the end of the days. And of course, that was Roman Reigns. And a big boot from Corbin. Here, Gable, this is not time for you to fold. Gable going up top. Went for another elbow drop, couldn't connect. Like I said, Gable is trying to make a name for himself to prove that he belongs in championship conversations. Another big boot from Corbin. And now Corbin, he doesn't do that at all. And Gable. Oh my God. It may be close to over for Corbin. Gable pulls the straps down. You know what that means. He's ready to end this. He's ready to end this. And now Corbin reverses. Oh, it's not going to be that easy, Gable. We're sorry. And he tries to do it again. And now, going for that ankle lock. Going for that ankle lock. Can he get Corbin a tap? Can he get Corbin a tap? Corbin taps out. Chad Gable taps out. Baron Corbin.
Here is your winner, Chad Gable.
Very good match between the two. Chad Gable wanted it more, you could tell. Good win for Chad Gable. And ladies and gentlemen, our main event, Matt Cardona versus Killer Cross.
Is an Extreme Rules match and is for the NXT North American Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see the blood around the arena, and the Extreme Rules match hasn't even started yet. That has been done from regular matches. But now, here comes our North American champion, Killer Cross. And one thing these men have in common is that when they were both let go by WWE, they went to the Indies. They went to TNA. They made a name for themselves. Their stock risen from that. So now they meet in NXT for the North American Championship after following the same path. You have to imagine that sometime in the near future, we're going to get Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green versus Killer Cross and Shotzi. I wish they had his old entrance on here. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The return of Matt Cardona. And look at him, looking better than ever. Matt Cardona is back. And now he's in NXT. Listen to this crowd. They're going crazy. They love him. Matt Cardona is back in NXT, ladies and gentlemen, and he's looking a lot different from the last time we seen him in the WWE ring. This is gonna be a banger, I guarantee it. Killer Cross has had a pretty successful title reign so far with the North American Championship. He just defeated Santos Escobar last week on NXT to retain his championship. And a week later, he's going up against a returning jacked Matt Cardona.
And his opponent from Sin City, weighing in at 265 pounds, the NXT North American Champion, Harry and Ross.
Karrion Kross immediately going for a choke slam. Right off the bat. Kross trying to spoil the return of Matt Cardona here. And Kross is going to waste no time. He's going outside that ring. Steals underneath it. Brings in the kendo stick. Oh my God, smacks Cardona right across the head with it. Cardona with a clothesline. Trying to get some momentum here. Kross goes for a big boot. Cardona goes for an elbow. This is these two men's first time facing each other here in WWE. Cardona looks like he's a little desperate going for those holds right now. HOLDS, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that correctly. Kross gets out of the ring. Brings in a steel chair and smacks Cardona across the head with a steel chair. Trying to end it early here. Cardona kicks out. It's not going to be enough. And Cardona goes for a roll-up pin. And remember, Cardona made a name for himself in the Indies for these Extreme Rules matches. And that's exactly why Karrion Kross decided to make this an Extreme Rules match. He doesn't want to give Matt Cardona no excuses when he loses, he says. This is your match type. All the momentum is on you. So I don't want to hear no excuse when you lose this match. Cardona is looking a little gassed here. Karrion Kross bringing out that ladder. Cardona. We have to assume that those are thumbtacks in that bag that Cardona just brought out. Now Kross getting back outside that ring with the kendo. Throws the kendo down. He didn't want it. He got a lot of unreversables. And Kross picks up that bag of thumbtacks, taking it into the ring. Dumps those thumbtacks in the ring. Now he brings out a table. That's exactly what the crowd wants to see. The crowd is always in the mood for tables. And Cardona tosses Kross back into the ring. And I can't go into the crowd. Let me see, maybe over here I can. I don't know what Matt Cardona's doing. Looks like he's stalling a little bit, trying to catch his breath. You can tell he's really gassed here tonight. And Cross meets him over there. And Cardona with a huge elbow drop outside of that ring. Now, looking to put Cross on that ladder. And he does just that. What is Cardona doing? Cardona going for another. Oh, I thought he was going for an elbow drop. His back landed right on that ladder. And now Cross takes over. Big boot from Cross. Cardona, yeah, he does not look like he's even prepared or ready for this match tonight. And now Cross puts him. Oh, I thought he was going to put him on the ladder. Bounces his head off the ladder. Now what is Cross looking for? Brings out another bag of thumbtacks. He's going to try to hurt Cardona. He's already trying, isn't he? Yeah, but we haven't even seen all of it yet. Now Cardona gets him on that ladder again. And he's going to go for it again, isn't he? He's not going to give up until he hits it. Cardona puts Karrion Kross through that table. Oh my God! I mean, not through the. I'm lost for words. Not through the table, through that ladder. These two, man. I know they respect each other a lot, but these two are going about this like they hate each other. And the ref gets in Karrion Kross's way. And Matt Cardona. I think Matt Cardona wants to keep this match on the outside as he clears off that announcer's table. Cardona. What is he going for? Oh my God. Amount of damage being done to Karrion Kross here. Yeah, Matt Cardona's trying to keep this on the outside. He doesn't want this to get into the ring right now. He knows that if Karrion Kross does any damage to him outside this ring, he can't pin him. Don't know what Cardona was going for. And Kross with a power bomb. He already put him through that ladder. I think he wants to put him through that announcer's table. And Kross is just emptying out these thumbtacks right now. And Ryder sees that. And a Rough Rider! Rough Rider on those thumbtacks. 1, 2. Kross kicks out. Kross kicks out at last minute. Oh my God. What a move. What? Oh my. We forgot just how quick the opponent, Ryder could hit that move. And now Ryder looking to put him through that table. Not so quick. now. What is he going for? Looking to go for that suplex. Put him through this table, and he does. Ryder has all the momentum right now. Cardona, I mean. And Cross kicks out again. And Cardona goes out to get those steel steps. Steel step in hands. And oh my God. Bounces it off the head of Karrion Kross. These two men are truly fighting like they hate each other. And now Kross drops Cardona on his head. He's not going to go for the cover. Instead, he grabs that chair. Move them steel steps out the way. Not understanding what Kross is doing here. DDT. Face of Kross right into them tags. And now Kross. Both of these men. Both of these men will stop at nothing. They will stop at nothing. And Kross! Oh my God. It may be over for Cardona. And a low blow. Oh, Kross is playing dirty. A low blow. Cardona kicks out still. Kross hit Cardona with a low blow. An elbow to the back of the head. It's over. Still champion. Cardona kicks out again. Listen to this crowd. They are completely behind Cardona here tonight. And now, Kross tossing a trash can into the ring. And a cold breaker from Cardona. They might have thought about it. Oh, they probably didn't even give Matt Cardona a championship celebration. I'm not to do that myself. And Kross and Cardona are really going at it right now. These two are beating the hell out of each other. They're trying to top the match that the women had. And now, Cardona drops Kross on his head again. And Kross kicks out. Kross kicks out. How is he doing this? Cardona is getting pissed, you can tell. And oh, he went for a Rough Rider. Couldn't hit it. Oh my God. Cardona kicks out again. Oh, the fight that these men are showing right now. The fight that these men are showing. I am impressed. I am impressed. These men are doing such an amazing job. As Cardona drops him right back on his head. Oh my God. Steel steps right to the midsection of Kross. And maybe this match may be coming to an end soon. Cardona looking to go up top. And look at exactly where those steel steps are positioned right now. He's going to try to... Oh, my God! And Cardona got the worst of it. Cardona got the worst of it. I don't even know how he's still moving right now. How is he still moving? And a Rough Rider! Rough Rider! Is it over? 1, 2, 3. We have a new champion. I don't know how Matt Cardona just did that. I don't know how. Did they give him a women's champ? They did give him a women's champion. Y'all got to change that. Matt Cardona is your new North American champion. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. That had to be second best match of the night, because let's take a look at this card tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Roode and James Storm had a very good back and forth match with Jet Speed. They came out victorious. Beer Money did. Tony Storm, Tori Wilson, and Chris Statlander gave you match of the year. If I were anybody watching this right now, if you did not get a chance to catch this match, go back and rewatch it. It is about 20 to 25 minutes of greatness. Amazing match by these ladies. Naraku defeated Miles Bourne in a squash match, as Miles Bourne hit his head pretty hard on the mat from a DDT from Naraku, causing Naraku to win in a minute. Chad Gable defeats Baron Corbin, making him tap out from the ankle lock. And as we just seen, Matt Cardona has returned and took back the championship that he never lost. What a night. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Everybody be great, be smooth, be you, and be kind, man. I'm gone.